Return of the Mount Hua Sect. Chapter 248. Don't say that yet. Has everyone got one? Yes. Then make no delay. Take it right here and start cultivating. Yes. The disciples of Mount Hua sat down cross-legged. Although it couldn't even be compared to half of Mount Hua's strength in the past, seeing so many people in the training hall, Hyunjung couldn't help but feel amazed. Besides, don't they all have the heavenly violet pill now? Mount Hua will become stronger. Hyunjung clenched his fist. You're going to give the pills to all of them. Tang So-so looked a bit shocked at this. What are they doing here? She was someone who knew medicine and had participated in the making of pills several times before, so she knew just how valuable a pill was. Judging from the pure scent coming from the pill, she understood that it was a pill that was as great as the heavenly poison pill, and that was ranked among the highest of pills. But were there people anywhere who took such pills like snacks? This was something she had never heard of. First of all, there was no sect that was capable of doing such things. Even if they could make so many pills, something like this would never happen. Which sect will give out such pills to its third-class disciples? Even in the Sichuan Tang family, which was known to be the king of Sichuan, the only ones who could get a taste of a pill such as this were the core members of the family. Others simply didn't dare wish for such pills, even if they were extras. The reason? It was simple. It was the highest resource that only the best among the best in the sect could get. This was why the sect leader would get to handle the pill first and then give it to his loyal subordinates. But now, the pill was made with the intention to be distributed to the people in this place. And that included even Tang So-so, someone who hadn't been here for a month. Are they stupid or great? The more she saw it, the more she couldn't understand Mount Hua. She had originally come here thinking it was a small sect, but this was a sect with overflowing money. It was said that they lost their martial arts in the past, but now a monster like Chungmyeong had come out. Tang So-so had no idea how far this sect would go in the future. Is this fine? She didn't know yet. But if there was something she was certain about, it was that Mount Hua was different from the Tang family. Although the Tang family emphasized the value of family, Mount Hua felt more like a family to her. There was no hesitation among the disciples when it came to helping each other, and the trust between them felt like a small thing here. The image of the Tang family could barely be seen here. Can I be the same? A part of their family? Tang So-so pursed her lips and looked forward. Take it. Yes. At Hyunjung's instructions, all the disciples answered loudly and put the pill into their mouths. Baekchun looked at the new pill. This. From Sichuan to Yunnan, the effort behind the purple woodgrass they had obtained bore fruit like this. He looked at the soft purple-colored pill, and he nodded slightly as he shoved it into his mouth. Shh. It melted as soon as he put it into his mouth, and its thick scent could be felt from inside the body as well. It felt like his mouth was absorbing it. Before he could even do anything, it flowed down his throat. Baekchun closed his eyes right away. He felt that there was nothing for him to worry about. After all, he had already taken the soul vitality pill before and absorbed. For a moment, his body shuddered. It's different. It was hard to pinpoint, but the pill that had now passed into his stomach was different from the one he had eaten before. Of course, both the pills had a feeling of purity, but the heavenly violet pill felt cleaner than the soul vitality pill. It was like having the purest water flowing from the mountain run down his mouth. The clear, bright ki slowly began to swirl around Baekchun's body. Can't rush. Slowly. These pills were basically created to give ki to people. Even if the people themselves didn't do anything, ki would flow into their bodies. Hadn't he already experienced it once before? So far, nothing had changed. Ki was just flowing by itself like the last time. It was as if the body of Baekchun became the earth itself, and the key was a river flowing through the earth. But that was where the pills differed from each other. Huh? Baekchun was a bit startled and concentrated on the key in his body. It isn't moving. He slowly tried to guide the pill's key through the 12 points and then to his donjon. But the key of the heavenly violet pill didn't move according to his will. He tried to guide it gently over and over, but no matter how much he tried, it didn't happen. Damn it, Chongmyung made this. Indeed, like master, like pill, doesn't listen till the end. Do I lose this fight? It was the moment when Baekchun was terrified. Woom. The key of the heavenly violet pill suddenly began to spread throughout his body. He wondered how he could describe this feeling. It was like a stream of clean and pure water was going through his body. The key of the pill spread out to every corner of his body and pushed out the turbid key in his body. Baekchun shook his head. This is really... Turbid ki was something that one had to accept when living in this world. However, as a result, it accumulated in the body and interfered with the normal operation of ki. And getting rid of this turbid ki was tough and wasn't something that would happen this easily. There is no way a pill has its own will. Why does the pill feel like Chongmyung? While he was thinking that, the key of the heavenly violet pill moved and touched Baekchun's 12 meridians. It was clear. Too clear. The clear and pure ki didn't tolerate any type of coexistence with the turbid ki. If there was even the slightest bit of filthy ki, the clear ki seemed to be hell-bent on kicking it out. And then it moved forward like a dragon ascending into heaven. Baekchun, who knew what was in its path, shuddered. No, it was headed to his ren and du veins, and it would soon reach the heavenly door. This was a level that was supposed to be touched only when one was completely ready to take the leap. The heavenly door was blocked from birth and couldn't be opened easily. And the ren and du veins were the cornerstones in getting the heavenly door opened. If one tries to do this clumsily, one can get seriously injured and crippled. But this ki was rushing in with a force that seemed to not care for his body. Please, don't rush. This is scary. The crazy ki that completely represented its master refused to look back. And as if its life motto was the phrase, waiting for the future is something a coward would do, it kept going. There was an explosion in his head. At the same time, his mind felt dazed. Baekchun made sure that he didn't blank out at this moment. No. He was losing control already, and he sensed that if he fainted, something bad was bound to happen. See? Isn't this key just like its master, constantly pounding on my veins? Baekchun groaned in pain, as if a bell was ringing in his head. Why make such a thing? The soul vitality pill was very harmonious. It would gently embrace the person. No one would be against taking it. But the pill he had just consumed was strange. The feeling it gave was familiar and clear, but the key wouldn't listen to their will. It was as if the key had its own will, and now it was going after Baekchun's sanity. Bang, bang, bang. Damn it! The clogged key in his meridians were raging at this. Bang, bang. But Baekchun's ren and du meridians were strong. Look here, Chongmyung. Nope, Mr. Key. Everything has its own time. It's not my time yet, so let's give up for now and go back into the dungeon. The key felt so familiar to Chongmyung that Baekchun was desperately pleading with it. And with this key, it felt like the possibility of it listening to his words was pretty low. It was then. The key, which had been unable to open Baekchun's clogged vein until then, suddenly curled up and retreated downwards. Right. There. Go down there, you idiot. Go to the dungeon. The key seemed to have decided to give up and descended down Baekchun's spine and eventually reached his dungeon. Go in. But the key stopped right before the dungeon and then shook. No, it cannot be. The key shook a couple of more times as if it was gathering its strength. It sounded like a typhoon was about to occur. No! And with a flash, the key surged upwards. It smashed into the clogged vein. "Yeah, you crazy bastard!" Quang! There was a loud noise from within him, as if something had exploded. And then the pain flooded through him. His eyes widened and his mind wandered. It really felt like something had exploded inside him. Baekchun clenched his teeth as he felt the pain all the way from his head to his feet. But then, it disappeared like it never existed. He could feel the world. Too vividly. How? He was still sitting cross-legged and was too exhausted to hear anything, but it felt too obvious to him. The heavenly door. His body had received the ability to sense the world's presence without having to depend on his senses after he finally opened up the closed door. Is this what the best warriors? It was a pleasure that couldn't be expressed in words. While Baekchun was shivering in pleasure from this key, the key which had done its job slowly entered his donjon with pride, and it finally became one with Baekchun. Woom! With a light force, the internal key went around Baekchun's body once and settled back into his donjon, and Baekchun opened his eyes. A different world opened up before him. It felt like the world had become several times purer. It felt as if he had removed the faded and old cloth that had been blocking the view in front of him. Was it for a moment? Even the sound of breathing could be captured. His senses seemed so accurate that even the gentle air around him could be felt. Taking in so many things at once felt dizzying to him. But even then, Baekchun felt terrified as he realized what had just happened. I crossed the wall. If he had to express this in stages, he had overcome the wall beyond the first-rate warrior to the next stage. He had finally jumped over it. Now, Baekchun was now on the same stage as the Tang family lord and Beast Palace lord. Such an amazing pill. An unknown emotion flowed through him. This was nothing like the soul vitality pill, but the results were a lot better than it. Done? Baekchun shook his head and looked at Hyunjong and the elders looking down at him. Baekchun realized that he was the last one to wake up. Fully opening his eyes, he looked around. All the disciples had been lined up. They had changed. He could see their youthful eyes and the radiating energy coming from them. Baekchun looked forward and got up. Sect leader. But as soon as he got up, the three standing in front of him looked at each other. Hyunjong had a weird expression on his face that confused Baekchun. The results seem to be nice, but so much waste from the body has come out. Waste? Baekchun looked down. What is this? His clothes, which had been white, were now dyed in black, and there was a weird stench on them. Baekchun recognized the stench and wanted to puke. What is this? Tears were forming in his eyes as nausea took over. And there was a couple of other people who were just like him. This included Yu Yisol, Jogul, and Yunjong. Everyone seemed like they were releasing some dark-like waste from their bodies. I might die from this smell. Bath. I need a bath right now, damn it. Just now, did Yusame swear? Besides just swearing, her voice was much louder than usual too. Seeing Baekchun looking dazed, Hyunjong covered his nose and shouted, Go and wash up! I cannot handle the smell! Yes. Everyone who had dark clothes began to run out. The sect leader and elders who saw it glanced at each other, and then at one place. What do you think? About what? Chongmyung was sitting there, biting on a jerky. Hyunjong asked, Have they achieved the body metamorphosis? What body metamorphosis? Well, let's just say that it's like emptying the body of impurities. Is that so? but the effect is similar. Then the three people were filled with excitement. But Chongmyung's following words were different from their expectations. But we are barely ready. Huh? Hyunjong was puzzled, but Chongmyung kept chewing. Now, they're just about ready to learn the sword properly now. Chongmyung smiled. Let's take an earnest look now. Can they all keep the same happy expressions on their face, knowing what will happen? I wonder. Chongmyung was rather curious.